What's up, and thank you for joining us once again in this movie here with reading the Bible. We are on chapter 3 of Exodus, and our prayers out to everyone. The hurricane is affected, so it passed through Jamaica, passed through Cuba, and it's going to pass by Bermuda. To check, I'm not quite sure whether it's passed by Bermuda or actually went over Bermuda, but it's down to like a category 1 now. It's going to pass by Bermuda. To check, I'm not quite sure whether it's passed by Bermuda or actually. So there we go. Sorry. So yeah. Anyway, let's get on with it. Apologies for the background noise. You may hear people talking, but hey, let's get on with it. So chapter 23. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Neither shalt thou contents a poor man in his cause. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him alone. If thou see the ass of him that hath thee lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help with him. Thou shalt not wrest the judgment of thy poor in his cause. Keep thee far from false matter, and the innocent and the righteous slay thou not. For I will not justify the wicked, and thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise, and perverteth the words of the righteous. Also, thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers. Sorry, seeing ye were strangers in the land of Egypt, and 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. By the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, and the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and on the 7th day thou shalt rest, and thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thine handmaid and stranger may be refreshed. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. 3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the river. Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days, as I commanded thee. And in the time appointed of the mouth of a bit, for in it thou camest out of Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. And the feast of harvest, the first fruits of thy labors which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field. 3 times in the year, all thy males shall appear before the Lord God. And thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with the leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. The first of the first of the first fruits of thy Lord thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord of thy God. Thou shalt not seeketh a kid in the mother's milk. Thou shalt not seeth a kid in his mother's milk. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, to bring thee into the place where I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, and do all that I speak, then I will be the enemy unto thine enemies, and the adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee into the Amorites, and the Hittites, Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their work, but thou shalt utterly overthrow them and quite break down their images. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and ye shall bless the bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee. There shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in thy land. The number of the days I will fulfill. I will send my Father before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come, and I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee, and I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, Canaanite, and Hittite before thee. I will drive them out before thee in 1 year. At least the land become desolate, and the beast of the against thee. And verse 30, by little and little I will drive them out from before thee, until thou be increased, until thou be increased and inherit the land. I will set thy bonds from the Red Sea, even unto the sea of Philistine, and from the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. Thou shalt not dwell in the land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve thy gods, I will surely be a snare unto thee. And he said unto Moses, Come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord, and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice, and said, All the words which the Lord hath said will we do. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early into the morning, and builded an altar unto the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men out of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings and oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half the blood. And Moses took half the blood and put it into his basin, and half the blood he sprinkled on the altar, and took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, All that the Lord has said will we do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, Behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were a paved work of sapphire stone, as it were the body of heaven in his clearness. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand. Also they saw God, and did eat and drink. And the Lord said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount, and be there. I will give the tables of stone, and the law and the commandments which I have written, and thou mayest teach them. And Moses rose up, and Moses rose up And his minister Joshua and Moses went up into the mount of God, and he said unto the elders, tarry ye here for us until we come again unto you. And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man have any matters to do, let him come unto them. And Moses went up into the mount, and a cloud covered with the mount. And the glory of the Lord abode Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered in 6 days. And the seventh day he called unto Moses out of the midst of the cloud. And the sight of the glory of the Lord was like devouring fire on the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the midst of the cloud and get him into the mount. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. Chapter 25. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering of every man, and giveth it willingly with his heart. Ye shall take my offering, and this is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold, silver, and brass, and blue, and purple, or scarlet, or fine linen, and goat's hair, and ram skins. I guess that's where they get it from. And batter skins, and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, for the sweet incense, oxy stones and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate, and let them make a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, according to that I showed thee. After the pattern of the tabernacle, after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of the instruments thereof, even so shall ye make it. And they shall make an ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, the cubit and a half, and the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half, and height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, within and within and without shalt thou overlay it, and thou shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in 4 corners thereof. And 2 rings shall be in one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, and the ark may be borne with them. And the staves shall be in the rings of the ark, and thou shalt not be taken from it. And thou shalt put it in the ark, and the testimony which I shall give thee. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall the length thereof, and a cubit and a half of breadth thereof. And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, of beaten work shalt thou make them, and in 2 ends of the mercy seat, and make 1 cherub, one on the one end, and on the other cherub on the other end. Even of the mercy seat shall ye make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubims shall stretch forth their wings with high coverings. The mercy seat with their wings, their faces shall look one to another. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark, and in the ark shalt thou put the testimony, and I shall give thee. And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubims, which are upon the ark of the testimony of all things, which I gave thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. Thou shalt make a table of shittim wood. 2 cubits shall be the length thereof, and a cubit of breadth, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof, and thou shalt overlay it. Sorry, and thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make there to a crown of gold round about, and thou shalt make it unto uh, thou shalt make unto it a border of the handbreadth round about, and thou shalt make a golden crown to the border thereof round about, and thou shalt make thou shalt make it in 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners, and there are 4 feet thereof. Over against the border shall the rings be for the places of the staves to bear the table, and thou shalt make the staves of the shittim wood, overlay them with the gold. The table may be borne with them, and thou shalt make the dishes thereof, the spoons thereof, the covers thereof, the bowls thereof, to cover with all. Of pure gold shalt thou make them, and thou shalt set upon the table shew bed before me away, all the way. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, a beaten work shell, and his branches, his bowls, his canups, and his flowers shall be the same. And 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it. 3 branches of the candlesticks out of one side, 3 branches of the candlesticks out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds with a knob, with a knob and flowers in one branch. 3 bowls made like almonds in the other hand, in the other branch, with a nut, and a flower. So in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick, and in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with the canups and flowers. And there shall be a canup under 2 branches of the same, and a canup under 2 branches of the same. And I'm going to come up on the 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. Their canups and their branches shall all be the same, and it shall be one beaten work of pure gold. And thou shalt make 7 lamps thereof, and it shall light the lamps. It and they shall light the lamps thereof, and that they may give light over against it, and the tongues thereof, and the snuff dishes thereof shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall make it, and with all these vessels, and shall make it with all these vessels. And look that thou make them after their pattern, which showed thee in the mount. So for me, that was a lot. Chapter 25, mercy seat and candlestick. That is a lot. I'm gonna actually just look that up really quickly. Let me see. It is pull up. So if you stay here, I'm looking up chapter 25 in Exodus. And they made something. I'm not sure if that's the people making the god that they weren't supposed to be worshiping. Or it's really confusing. So let's go to let me go find Gemini, and is it opening a new thing? Yes. So okay, yeah. So Exodus. So I'm just typing 25. they building, and who was building it? What were they building? Were they building? And who was? I'm reading version. So the language is complicated. I should probably do this after every reading, but yeah. So I just typed to AI. This is a great question. Exodus 25, especially in the King James Version, focuses on God giving Moses detailed instructions of building a portable sanctuary and its furnishings. What were they building? The main structure in this chapter 25 that we just read, the main structure that uh, they were building was a sanctuary, which in the King James Version is often called a tabernacle. Exodus 26. The purpose was simply profound that I may dwell among them. Chapter 25 specifically details the instructions for the very first and most sacred item that will go inside the tabernacle, the Ark of the Covenant, referred to as the Ark of Ashittim wood in verse 10. This is essentially a gold overlaid chest designed to hold the testimony of the Ten Commandments law. The mercy seat, the gold covered the mercy seat. The gold covered the ark, featuring two cherubims, cherubims, uh, angels. This was the spot where God promised to meet with Moses, and the table of showbread, the gold overlaid table to hold the bread offering to God, the candlesticks, the seven branch lampsticks made of pure gold. Who was building? The people who would do the building were the children of Israel. However, they were not all to be carpenters and metal workers. The materials were gathered from the people through a voluntary offering, and they were to bring gold, silver, brass, fine linen, wood, stones, and other materials. And the actual construction and craftsmanship were later assigned to divinely gifted artisans, while the instructions are given to Moses in the following chapters, specifically Exodus 31. God names, I guess we're going to get to that, Bez, Bezalel, and Aholib, and other skilled workers whom he has specifically filled with the Spirit of God to do the detailed work in Exodus. So there's a video breaking down that, because 25 is basically, I guess it's an instruction manual for to building a what is it, an altar, building an altar. So by reading the King James version, the language is very, very complicated. So that was the end of chapter 25. So we just went over. So if you want to hear what happened, just scroll back, just go back and you can see. But yeah, that was the instructions on building the the um the altar for folks to worship at. So we'll see. Yeah, I wasn't sure who was building it and what was being built, so I had to just check to see what it was. And yeah, that was good clarification. So anyway, we will continue on with chapter 26 tomorrow. I thank you for joining us. Our prayers and blessings out to you. And yeah, as we go through this journey, reading the Bible is very interesting. I'm learning a lot all over again. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow.